Alright, let's take a look at normal distribution. So here is the problem. The weight of adult male beagle is normally distributed with mean of 25 pounds. So mean is equals to 25 pounds. And then standard deviation is equals to 3 pounds. So the weight follows normal distribution. I will be using these two numbers to answer the rest of the questions. So eventually we will have to do more and more work. So why don't you take a screenshot of the problem so we don't need to keep going back to the beginning of the video. Alright, so go ahead, take a screenshot of that. Alright, done. Okay, let's make this picture smaller. Alright, so the first one is find the probability that the beagle's weight is at most 23 pounds. So A is at most 23, so we take one beagle out, X is at most 23, so less than or equals to 23. So the first thing that we have to do is we have to do standard normal. We have to standardize the 23. The formula is Z equals to X minus mu divided by sigma. So we have P. So once we start the standardization, we change the X to a Z. So less than or equal to 23 minus 25 divided by 3. And then it is 23 minus 25 and then divided by 3. So that is probability Z is less than or equal to negative 0.667. For the Z, I usually use 3 decimal places. And then here is the graph. So we have a bell curve. And then after standardization, mean is equals to 0. We have negative number on the left hand side of 0, negative 0.667, and then less than or equal to means that we are looking for this probability. So how do we approximate the probability? We use a calculator command called NormalCDF. So the lower limit is from negative infinity, the upper limit is negative 0.667, the mean is equals to 0, the standard deviation is equals to 1. How come the mean is no longer 25 and the standard deviation is no longer 3? The reason is we standardized the 23. So after standard normal, mean is equals to 0, standard deviation is equals to 1. Again, standard normal distribution, mean is 0, standard deviation is 1. So where do we find the normal CDF command? We go to second, and then we go to vars, and then you will see the normal CDF command. So second vars. All right, normal CDF, don't use PDF. PDF only gives you a point on the curve. So we want CDF. CDF means we are looking for the area under the curve. And then what do we have to type? How do we type the negative infinity? So first you have to type negative 1. The negative sign is between the decimal point and the enter, not the minus sign. So negative 1, and then how about the infinity? So we have to do this times 10 to the 99 power. So that means negative 1 followed by 99 0. So that is a negative infinity. All right. So to type the base 10, we have to type second and then you type the comma keys. You see the E, right? Second comma, and then you type 99. And then negative 0.667, again negative, not minus, don't use the minus key, and then 0, and then 1. So that gives you the probability 0.2524. There is a one-step command to get straight to the answer, so that one you do not need to standardize. So that one is normal CDF. We use the 23 from negative infinity to 23. Since that is before standardization, then the mean is 25, the standard deviation is equals to 3, not 0 and 1 anymore, because that is before standardization. All right, let's take a look at B. B is between 24.5 and 25 pounds. So B is probability that X is between 24.5 less than or equal to X less than or equal to 25. Do we need to worry about the equal? The answer is no, because the weight stands for X is a continuous random variable. We don't care the equal sign at all. So this one we have to do two standardization. So the first one is 24.5 minus 25 divided by 3, and then less than or equal to Z less than or equal to 25 minus 25 divided by 3. The other one is easy. The other one is 0. And then how come we use a z? Because we started the standardization process. So parenthesis 24.5 minus 25. Make sure you close the parenthesis. Otherwise, you do 25 divided by 3 first, because that is the correct order of operation if you do not use a parenthesis. All right, use parenthesis, take the whole quantity divided by 3. We have negative 0.167. And then here is the graph. Let's bring this up. 0, negative 0.167 to 0, and this is the area that we are looking for. So we have normal CDF from negative 0.167 to 0. The mean is 0. The standard deviation is 1 because that is standard normal distribution. So we go to second VARS, normal CDF. Negative 0.167, don't type minus, all right, negative 0, and then 0, 1. The second 0, this 0, this 0 is the 0 right there. The probability is 0.0663. And then the one-step probability command is normal CDF from 24.5 to 25. The mean is 25. The standard deviation is 3. You can use this command if you are doing a multiple choice where you don't need to show a single line of work. This command works better because you can save a lot of time. If you are taking a test and you require to show all your work, then you have to show the standardization process. Otherwise, I don't think you will get any credits if you just toss one number out onto your paper. All right, show work. C is no less than 30 pounds. So the opposite of less than is greater than or equal to 30 pounds. So we standardize that. So this is a Z greater than or equal to 30 minus the mean divided by 3. And then we have probability. Z is greater than or equal to. So 30 minus 25 is 5, right? So 5 divided by 3, we have 1.667. And then this is the area that we are looking for. This is a 0, 1.667, and then greater than. All right, so that is normal CDF from 1.667 to positive infinity. The mean is 0. The standard deviation is 1 because that is standard normal. Mu is equals to 0. Sigma is equals to 1. And then we go to second VARS, normal CDF, 1.667 to positive infinity. We type 1 first. The E, the base 10, is second comma, and then you type 99. So that is positive infinity. And then mean is 0, standard deviation is 1, close the parenthesis, and then type enter. There you go. That is 0.0478. So that is the probability that you are looking for. All right, what about the one-step command? The one-step command, we go straight from the 30. So that is normal CDF from 30 all the way to positive infinity. The mean is 25. The standard deviation is 3. So this is one-step command to get to the final answer. All right. All right, we have 3 more parts. The next one is the minimum weight to be the top 15%. Top 15%. So let's switch color for that. The next part is the top 15%. This one requires you to do inverse normal distribution. So what is top 15%? First, we draw a bell curve, and then top 15% means we have the highest 15%. So 15% right there. First, you have to tell me what the Z is. So to find the Z, you have to use inverse norm. So Z, this one is equals to inverse norm. And then you input the 0.15%. The mean is 0. Standard deviation is 1. You see a Z. Mean is always 0. Standard deviation is always 1. where do we find the inverse norm? That is right under normal CDF. You go to second vars, so right under normal CDF, you see inverse norm line number 3. You click inverse norm and then you input the probability 0.15. The mean is 0. The standard deviation is 1. So by the way, for the normal CDF and the inverse norm, if you are using a newer calculator like TI-84CE or C, they will bring you to a menu. All right, just input those numbers on the menu, click paste, and then they will paste the whole command on the home screen. Press enter again, then you will get your answer. So this one is negative 1.036. Am I correct? Yes, I am totally correct, but this z is on the right hand side of 0, so the negative is on the left. The graph is symmetric, so the one that I am looking for is positive 1.036. This is the one that I am looking for right here on the right hand side of 0. And then to get to the z, we have to standardize, right? So the only difference between this problem and the previous one is we don't know what x is. So we don't know the weight of the beagle, and then we subtract the mean divided by 3, that equals to 1.036. And then all you have to do is you have to solve for x. All right, so to solve for x, we multiply the denominator and then add 25 to it. So x is equals to 1.036 multiply 3 and then plus 25, then that will give you the weight to be the top 15% of all male beagles. So 1.036 times 3, got to type the 1, right? 1.036 multiply 3 and then plus 25. So the weight is 28.108. If you have a beagle and he is this pound or above, then your beagle is the top 15%. And then E is the bottom 25.8%. So E is bottom. Bottom means left side. So we have bottom 25.8 right here. So this is a 0, this is 25.8%, and then this is a z. So the z is equals to inverse norm 0.258 and then 0.1. So let's find the z. Second vars, inverse norm 0.258. The mean is 0. The standard deviation is 1. We enter negative 0.649. But we add 1 to the 9, then that will be a 650. Do we need to remove the negative? The answer is no, because this time the area is on the left. No need to remove the negative. All right, then we have x minus the mean divided by standard deviation equals to negative 0.650. I know weight cannot be negative, but the 25 is big enough to make the weight becomes positive. So x is equals to the z, multiply the denominator, and then you add 25 to it. Just solve a simple equation. So x is negative 0.650 times 3 and then plus 25. There you go. That is your answer. 23.05. This is in pounds. So if your beagle is that many pounds or below, then he is the bottom 25.8%. And then the last one is pretty challenging. I am asking for the middle 50%. So part F is middle 50%. So this time we cut 50% in the middle of the bell curve. So this time we cut 50% right in the middle. So we have a Z1, we have a Z2. How do we find this? To find this, I need to use the one more property. So this is symmetrical, right? So if I take 100 minus 50 divided by 2, so I have 25. So that means I have 25% on the left and 25% on the right. So that is 25 and this is 25. To find Z1, all I need to do is do an inverse norm of 25, and the mean is 0, standard deviation is 1. So let's do it. Second vars and then inverse norm 0.25 comma 0, comma 1. So if you are using a newer calculator, just type them in each row. They will ask you what to input. That calculator, you don't need to use a comma. They will separate it for you. But the older calculator, you do have to use a comma to separate the numbers by yourself. So that is negative 0.674. All right, then Z2 is positive 0.674. All right, one last step. Let's return to the green. So on the left side, I have x minus 25 divided by 3 equals to negative 0.674. On the right hand side, I have x minus 25 divided by 3 equals to positive 0.674. So this one, you take the z, multiply the denominator, and then add the 25 to it, right? I will just type that on my calculator. Negative 0.674, look at my calculator, times 3, and then plus 25. So you get an answer right here, right? So that is 22.978 pounds. And then on the other side, the only difference is there is no negative. So I am going to do some magic right here. Second enter. Second enter. So the previous line pops up, but I have to remove the minus. So all I need to do is use the right arrow, and then on your calculator, you should put the cursor on the minus sign. So now the minus is flashing, right? And then all you have to do is click the DEL button. DEL means delete. That is on the right side of the mode key. So click DEL, and then there you go. So this is 27.022 pounds. So if your Beagles weight is between these two numbers, then your Beagles weight is the middle 50% compared to all other male Beagles. Alright, so that will be all in this problem. I will see you all in the next video. Hey, don't forget, if you think that is helpful, give me a subscribe, smash the like for me. Alright, I see you all in the next video.